Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 46th episode of Final Round. As always I'm Squeak, but bit older, and this is Jabby but Black.
This episode will cover our predictions for the UFC 116 Lesnar vs. Carwin pay-per-view. If some of you are wondering why we look different, it is because extra normal are cunts.
So we will no longer promote or encourage the use of extra normal on our shows. But let's get to this exciting pay-per-view predicting with the first fight between George Sotiropoulos against Kurt Pellegrino. George has really elevated himself in the lightweight division with good wins against the likes of Joe Stevenson. But Pellegrino has an excellent record in the UFC with 8 wins and 3 losses in the UFC. This is a very promising fight with the winner possibly as a contender along with Gray Maynard for the lightweight title shot.
Both are in very good positions to be #1 contenders. George is on very good form, while Kurt is such a consistent fighter. George has never lost in the UFC and his last loss was against Shinya Aoki. Kurt has a submission pedigree about him. This, I think, will be decided on who has the better stand-up as both are well skilled on the ground. It'll be close, but I'm going for a Sotiropoulos win by decision.
Up next is the much anticipated rematch between Krzysztof Soszyński and Stephan Bonnar. Both fighters wanted this, and Joe Silva granted this rematch. But who has the upper edge here, Jibby?
Bonnar simply has to win here or else he's gone as fast as Michael Jackson's ambulance dash. Okay, maybe a bit too far there, but you get what I mean. Soszyński's a tough fighter with only 1 loss in the UFC, while Bonnar really needs this win here. I think it'll be an exciting fight with both fighters determined to put on a great fight. But I just can't see Bonnar winning this. I'm going to go for a Soszyński win here with Bonnar's tenure at UFC to come to an end.
Next up in this pay-per-view is in the welterweight division between Chris Little and Matt Brown. We've seen how tough Brown can be to endure fights before with the likes of Dong Hyun Kim, while Little has got a great wealth of experience and probably one of few that hold as many fight bonuses in the UFC. Both need a win to keep their position in the welterweight division. Little wins this, he's got a good name to add to his win list. If Brown wins, he's got a well-experienced fighter to his win record.
This fight won't give anyone a super fight here, let's be realistic. But this is more a ladder-moving fight, where the winner moves closer to the upper end of the welterweight division with fighters like Johnson and yes, Josh the Cunt Koscheck. I really don't care about this fight, but I reckon Brown will take it.
We now move on to the fights that are mouth-watering with every UFC and MMA fan. First off, in the middleweight division between Wanderlei the Axe Murderer Silva against Yoshihiro Akiyama. This has Fight of the Year written all over it with a return for Silva and Akiyama in his second UFC fight.
A lot of people thought Silva should have won against Franklin, and a lot believe Wanderlei is almost back to what we used to see from him after his win against Bisping. Win this and surely he's got to be next in line for a title shot. Unless the UFC want to put Nate in contention, Wanderlei has beaten the best yet to face Anderson Silva if he wins this. Akiyama's UFC debut wasn't perfect, only scraped a victory with Alan Belcher, so he really needs to step it up and impress here.
So who do you think will win this, Jibby?
It could go any way. If Silva can be as notorious as he was in the last fight, this could be a TKO win, but Akiyama has got a great record, only 1 loss in just 1 fight that went to decision. But he hasn't fought in over a year, which for an MMA fighter you seriously can't let happen. I think rustiness will play a part, and I see Silva taking this via stoppage.
Does the winner here deserve a title shot against Anderson Silva?
In Silva's case, yes, because he's impressed against middleweights like Franklin and Bisping. Apart from Nate Marquardt and Sonnen, Akiyama has only had 1 fight, and it wasn't his best. So I wouldn't for him.
Now up to the main event for the UFC heavyweight title between Brock Lesnar and Shane Carwin. Both are monsters, both are easily capable of raping big men easy. But who has the upper edge here?
This really depends on Brock and Shane's chin. If Brock can take Carwin's punches, he's in the driving seat. The same the other way around. Both are wrestlers, both can knock you the fuck out. So they are pretty, even if you ask me. I think this fight will be about durability and body strength. Whoever can tough it out the most here in terms of shots and body control will be our heavyweight champion here.
Who do you think that will be then, Jibby?
I really don't know, both are even, both can strike, both are capable of ground and pound and wrestling skills. I think this will be Brock and Shane's toughest fight yet. So I guess there is only one way to find out.
Nice decision making there, you ginger prick.
I look like Barack Obama with ginger mutton chops, and fuck you Quadrispaz. I like to see you do better, rather than fucking your own grandma, and choking the chicken in the bathroom.
Go fuck yourself. That is it for us today. We'll be back for UFC 117. See you all later.